5, 4, 3,
Y'all ready?
2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Hey, we reaching back out. I said I was gonna be posting real soon, and here I am. I'm posting real soon. And one of the first things that I really wanted to start with that I see people do wrong all the time, but a lot of people, they turn around and they're real big on this exercise, which is bench press, right? A lot of people want to bench press. A lot of people are scared to bench press. A lot of people don't understand how to bench press. I see it done all the time in the gym wrong. And so for the people that I can't really approach because they ego lift, and if you don't know what ego lift means, it's all about the weight and ain't all about the form. And if moving weight and lifting properly is two totally different things. See, a lot of people feed their ego because they can move the weight. But when they move the weight, they're not flat, their bottom's coming off the bench, they got a big arch in their back, they straining their hamstrings and everything else because they're trying to push with everything they have to try to get the ball off their chest, which is improper, right? Their hand placements are wrong. It's so many different things and so many different aspects you have to look at in a bench press for it to be proper. So with me, I've been doing bench press for a very, very long time. I've been doing it properly for a very, very long time. So I figured, and another misconception that some people have, like with girls, they think they shouldn't bench press. Oh, if I bench press, I'm gonna look like a man. Let me dispel that. You can't look like a man, right? Your body's not made to build muscle like a man. So I don't care how much you lift, you never look like me. Only way you'll do that is when you start to enhance yourself. And enhance yourself means adding stuff to your system. Adding stuff that you shouldn't put in your system. Like testosterone and things like that. Or overloads of that to try to help build. And some do, not something I recommend, but bench press won't make you look like a man because a whole lot of people think that. But what I wanted to do is demonstrate the proper technique and what the things you should look at when it comes to bench press. Bench press can be very effective, even with lightweight. If you're not trying to be a power lifter and trying to impress people at the gym, because a whole lot of people do that, they turn around and the weight that they put on is more to impress the people behind them, or the people on the side of them, or to get attention. But when you do things like that, that's when bench press becomes dangerous, because it's something that can really hurt you, especially if you get it in the wrong position. How many of y'all have watched the videos where people were in the gym watching someone ego lifting, and what happens is they get pinned under the bar, and then they start trying to slide the weight to the side to get it off of them, right? And the people, instead of helping them, the people filming. They filming and laughing. And you probably one of the ones that was laughing because you watch them in the gym, you're like, they don't know, they can't lift that much. And they strain everything in their system to try to get the bar, which is unnecessary, because you can build your pectoral muscles and things like that and take all the benefits of bench press if you do it right. All you have to do is do it right. Do it nice, slow, and controlled. Another problem that people do is they do this fast, bump, pop it off their chest. I'm gonna demonstrate, I'm gonna try, because I lift properly, I'm gonna try to demonstrate all the stuff that people do that's wrong, where you'll see what I'm talking about. But at the same time, I'm gonna show you the correct way. So they bouncing off their chest, they be bruising their sternum, bouncing that bar, because that bar don't give. That's 45 pounds of iron. It's hit you in the chest, that don't feel good. But you know what? They build up the tolerance to bounce that off their chest, because that makes it look good, because I can get some plates to rattle against each other so I can get some attention. Very, very, very unnecessary. It's just senseless. And for all of you that do that, think about how you look. You sit back and people be sitting around and they laugh. So you'd rather do what's proper and what's effective. So with that, I want to help you. I want to dispel all the myths, all that stuff, and like I said before, if you don't agree, if you want to continue to do it your way, feel free. I'm not here to ridicule anybody, but at the same time, for the ones that really want to know how to do it right, that's why I'm here. All right. Me being the owner of Embrace Fitness here in Mobile, one of the things that I'm really big on also is safety. Safety is a must. And so many times, like I said, we have to take our ego out of this. And one of the biggest things that people, you know, you'll hear people, I've heard plenty of people talk about, well, I don't use gloves, and I don't, you know, if you do it right, you know, you don't need no clamps and all this kind of stuff. And I understand what they're trying to say. But at the same time, it's all about safety. So you shouldn't bench press. I don't care what the weight is or whatever. You should put clamps on. You should put something that's going to keep the weight in place. So these are the quick ones. You know, I don't know what they call. They're little quick clamps. A lot of women don't like the, you know, the ones that you have to squeeze. These, you know, a lot of people struggle with these because, you know, trying to squeeze it and slide it on the bar and all that kind of stuff. So if these aren't the one, recommend wherever you work out, tell the owner there to get you some clamps. It's real easy. It's hard. It's a lot easier than doing this. So we got a couple of these around here. So a lot of people love them, and they're real simple. So what you do is you just take it and you slide it on the bar, and all you have to do is just clamp it down, and it's there. All right. One of the other things you see, I have hand protection. You know, one of the real reasons why I wear the hand protection is really not for the palm of my hand. It's more for the wrist wrap. You know, you want to protect your wrist. You can cause, you know, your joints are very, very, very important when it comes to everyday living. You know, anybody that deal with knees and ankles and hips and wrists and all that kind of stuff, it's really, really hard to function. And you have things hurting all in your joints and stuff like that. And it keeps away arthritis. So you want to keep, you know, safety. So I'm going to wear, you know, my wrist wraps. I'm going to protect my wrist. I'm going to make sure I keep my wrist straight and things like that. So it's never like, you're never too good to be safe. So, you know, when we do other tutorials about, you know, squatting and all that, you'll see me with a belt on. You'll see me with the belt. You'll see me, you know, protecting myself. You know, some people, when the weight gets really heavy, they wear knee wraps and things like that. I'm not against any of that stuff. Plus, on top of that, if you got a lady, your lady don't want you rubbing on there with them rough hands, man. Come on, you know? So I don't have to say that to the girls because they always talk about, I gotta need some gloves because I gotta protect my hands. I gotta have soft hands, so I understand that. But most dudes, they really don't care. They just be tearing their hands up and all that kind of stuff, which is crazy. I ain't trying to tear my hands up, you know, for what? Who am I trying to impress? Nobody. So, and my wife appreciates that, right? So I protect my hands, so protect yourself also. So like I said, we're gonna start with the bench press. So one of the key things is when you sit on the bench, you want to make sure you're centered. You want to make sure the bar is centered. Now, let me get back up. Now, one of the things, most bars have some type of groove pattern on the bar. And a lot of times they'll have another groove pattern right in the middle of the bar so you can center it. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to make sure that you're centered. And the way that you make sure your grips are even, or your hand placement is even, is by using. And if you look closely at this bar again, you'll see it has little groove points right here that'll give you idea points to help line your hand up. Now, one of the keys to a bench press, a lot of people, where they mess up, is they sit down, they lay back, they get too far under the bench. When they get too far under the bench, when they push up, they're hitting the stoppers, all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that you're in the right place where you're not hitting things. You're not hitting stuff. You don't want nothing getting in the way of your rep, of you going up and down. So make sure you're out far enough. Another safety thing to do is always have a spotter. You know, I know this is light and all that type of stuff, but at the same time, if you're not sure, if you're not really used to or comfortable bench pressing, always have somebody close. Always have somebody there that can help you, because you never know. You could pull something right quick or something like that, or something just can happen, and you need someone there that will be able to bail you out. So one of the things that I do, and I tell people all the time, when you bench press, you want to be able to, when you, like if I line my thumbs up with the edge of the grooves here and I grip, I know for a fact that my hand placement is even. But one of the things about that is on this bar, if I do that, they're so close, when I bench, my wrist will be inside my elbows. Come down here, Ronzel. Ronzel's my cameraman, so I'll talk to him. So if you look at where, stand down. So if my hands are lined up with the grooves on this bar. When I bring the bar off at that angle and I bring my hands down, as you can see, the angle of my wrist or my fist are inside my elbow, which is wrong because that puts so much pressure on the outside part of your wrist. So your joints take more pressure than your chest. So you want your hands, where when you come down in a 90-degree bend. So when you come down to your chest expands. If I come down like this, as you can see, there's really no movement in my chest. But if I come here, I can get down and it expands my chest. So if you're lined up here and you find the grooves, and once you wrap your hands, one of the things that I tell people to do is take your hands off and go right there. And when you come down, see where your hand placement is. And then you can do like this. Come here, spread your hands out where you are, then find the bar. And then find you some points. So on this bar, with me, where I would be is my middle finger would be right here on these grooves. So each bar is kind of different and it has different markings. So you have to find it where it will work for you. So our wrap. Now, one of the other things that people do is, I said I was going to attempt to do it wrong. So when they bring the bar off, they arch their back and they come up and they do stuff like this, or they come down and when they press, they raise their butt up like that. All this type of stuff is absolutely wrong. That's wrong. So I want him to show you, like, if he's feeling my chest right now, look at where the bar is on my chest. It's right below my chest, right at the top area where my stomach starts. All right? So, and I press straight up from there. A lot of people mess up. They go way too high and they get the bar way up here. And then now all the weight is in my front delts and in my shoulder. And then they wonder why they can't bench press. And then when they bench press, they push up from there and they're out of position. So what you want to make sure you do is you want to stay here, find that spot each time, and press straight up. The easiest point, easiest way to a point is a straight line. So I don't want my arms to go back, then forward, and then find the balance. I want to be balanced here and up. The other key to it is stop trying to go so fast. It's not about bouncing. It's not about doing that. If you notice, when I bench press, if he comes to the side over here, watch my back. No matter what the weight is, my back stays flat. And I come down and I press. I come down and I press. I don't have a lot of squirming and stuff like that. Because when you do squirm and things like that, what happens is you get yourself out of position. Whenever you start to move while you're loaded with weight, that's when you tend to pull something, damage something, something starts to work. That shouldn't be working. If I'm bench pressing, I shouldn't hurt my lower back because it should be flat. So you want to make sure all the focus is here, straight out from your chest. Expansion of your chest, up. Shouldn't be this, because if you notice right here, nothing moves. I want here, expansion of my chest, out, press. So we want to go in, out. Something that's nice and simple, nice and smooth. Shouldn't be something you just, this is really doing nothing. Because when you do this and you bounce it off your chest, it's muscles, supporting muscles, that's supposed to work from this position to this position that you just skipped because you bounced it off your chest. So your muscles didn't even work to get it there. So I want to bring it down. I like to plant. I plant it, and then I press. Nice and smooth. Plant, pause, then press. So every muscle in my arms, triceps, chest, back that's supposed to support me doing bench press does their job. You got it? So with that being said, that's how you properly bench press. So I'm going to keep these videos coming. There's going to be a whole lot of other content on different things and how to do it. If you like the video, subscribe, send it to somebody else. Even tell those people that you see in the gym doing it wrong. Say, hey, you should go watch this YouTube video. So we're going to keep the content coming. We want to make sure that everybody's doing everything properly. So signing off from Embrace Fitness again, I'm Trey, and look forward to the next video because you never know what it might be. It might be squats, maybe y'all can suggest, put down in the comments what you might want to see me demonstrate and explain the proper way of doing.
Thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate you for coming.